You're listening to Silver Anniversary Movies. The podcast is celebrating their silver anniversary. So, can you guess the movie that is celebrating their 25 years of release? Today, I'm going back to March the 29th, 1996. There was 4 movies, and the first one started off at a 20% on Tomato Meter, the 39% audience score. In this animated film, Charlie Barkin is finding life in dog heaven a little dull. Even after his best pal Itchy arrives in town, Charlie still longs to go back to Earth. When Charlie's old nemesis Carface steals the horn used by the Archangel Gabriel, Charlie and Itchy quickly volunteer to retrieve it. Back on the planet, while scrambling to outwit Carface and get the horn, Charlie meets an alluring pooch named Annabelle. It's rated G. It's an animation, fantasy, kids, and family. Directed by Larry Lecker and Paul Sabella. Produced by Paul Sabella. Written by Mark Young, Kelly Ward, and Arn Olson. It is 1 hour and 22 minutes long by Metro Goldwyn Mayer. Some of the cast and crew: Dan Castellaneta as Tall Customs Dog, plays the voice. Steve McCall plays the voice of Short Customs Dog. Hamilton Camp plays the voice of Chihuahua. Charlie Sheen plays the voice of Charlie. Babe Newworth plays the voice of Annabelle. And Ernest Borgnine plays the voice of Carface. Alright, the name of the movie is All Dogs Go to Heaven 2. It is streaming on YouTube Free, the Roku channel, Hoopla, Tubi TV, and Pluto TV. Or you can rent or buy it on Apple iTunes, Amazon Video, Google Play, YouTube, Fandango Now, Vudu, Microsoft Store, Redbox, and AMC On Demand. Alright, the next one, 31% on Tomato Meter with a 47% audience score. When not trafficking in contraband, Sergeant Bilko oversees his base's gambling operations and occasionally runs a little con game, all under the oblivious nose of his commanding officer, Colonel Hall. After Bilko's old nemesis, Major Thorne, shows up, intent on ruining his career and stealing his girlfriend, Rita, Bilko must take extra care to cover his tracks while concocting the perfect scheme to take down his foe. It's rated PG. It's a comedy, directed by Jonathan Lin, produced by Brian Grazer, written by Andy Breckman. It is 1 hour and 34 minutes long by Universal Pictures and Imagine Entertainment. Some of the cast and crew: Max Casella as Specialist Dino Paparella, Daryl Mitchell as PFC Walter T. Holbrook, Glenn Headley as Rita Ramos, Bill Hartman as Major Colin Thorne, Dan Aykroyd as Colonel John T. Hall, and Steve Martin as Master Sergeant Ernest G. Bilko. And the name of the movie is Sergeant Bilko. And you can rent or buy it on Apple iTunes, Amazon Video, Google Play, YouTube, Vudu, and Microsoft Store. Or you can also buy it on DirecTV. Alright, the third one, 64% on the Tomato Meter, it's a 40% audience score. An overburdened teacher / farmer with a long-suffering fiancée succumbs to the wiles of a teen vixen in the 70s Midwest. It's rated R. It's a drama comedy, directed by Bruno Barreto, produced by Lisa Hanson and Paul Hertzberg. It is 1 hour and 48 minutes long. Some of the cast and crew: Hal Holbrook as Dr. Evans, Gary Busey as Major Nathan Wheeler, Julie Harris as Joseph's mother, Amy Locale as Catherine Wheeler, Amy Irving as Rosalie Henson, and Dennis Hopper as Joseph Svedlin. And the name of the movie is Carried Away. And this one is available for rent or buy on Apple iTunes, Amazon Video, Google Play, YouTube, Vudu, Microsoft Store, Fandango Now, and DirecTV. And the last one, 73% on Tomato Meters, a 72% audience score. Following the death of the white woman he thought was his mother, a shocked Earl Pilcher Jr. learns he is half black. Shaken to the core by this revelation of decades of lies, an impassioned Pilcher travels to Chicago to find his biological family and meet Roy Murdoch, his half-brother. Unfortunately, Murdoch refuses to accept the aging Southerner. Desperate for a connection, the grieving Pilcher struggles to convince Murdoch to open his mind. It's rated PG-13. It's a drama directed by Richard Pierce, produced by Robert Duvall, Todd Black, Randa Haynes, written by Billy Bob Thornton and Tom Epperson. It's 1 hour and 49 minutes long by United Artists. Some of the cast and crew: Regina Taylor as Anne, Grace Zabriskie as Ruby, Irma P. Hall as Aunt T, Michael Beach as Virgil, James Earl Jones as Ray Murdoch, and Robert Duvall as Earl Pilcher Jr. Alright, and the name of the movie is A Family Thing. And this one is streaming on HBO Max, HBO, DirecTV, and HBO Now Amazon Channel. Or you can rent or buy it on Google Play, YouTube, and Vudu. Alright, that is it for March the 29th. Have fun watching the movies. This show is brought to you by Heartland Production Entertainment. If you'd like to help to make the show better, go to patreon.com/heartlandpae.